Welcome to the ProKitchen 9.6 Standard Interface Overview tutorial. This tutorial will demonstrate the newest standard user interface and highlight some of the new 9.6 features. There are two parts to your ProKitchen program: appearance, how the program looks, and dialog style, how the dialog boxes display. Classic is the familiar interface from previous versions of ProKitchen. Standard, or what was introduced as Ribbon, is a more contemporary and graphically friendly interface, but does require a 64-bit operating environment. You can select any option until you find the one that works the best for you. This dialog will display until this checkbox is checked. Once you've made your selection, you can click OK to continue. The standard interface offers a lot of flexibility in how you set up your design space. I can close the panes for the info box and catalog list, minimize the ribbon, and hide the toolbar. Use the scroll on my mouse to increase my grid lines, all to make a larger workspace or design view. At the bottom right corner are the tabs for your design view controls. They toggle on and off. Grid turns on and off your grid lines. Zone turns on and off your wall zones. MDIM turns on and off the display distance on mouse navigation. Snap turns on and off the wall snap. G-Snap turns on and off the grid snap, a feature which allows you to snap items to an exact spot on the design grid. Cull turns on and off your collision detection. In standard view, instead of menus, you now have pages, tabs with ribbons, and a customizable toolbar. In the upper right-hand corner is the ribbon and toolbar controls. You can collapse or expand the ribbon with the arrow pointing down to collapse, up to expand. The checkbox hides or displays the toolbar. We'll start by looking at the first tab, File. Click on the File tab. File is the only tab that opens in a page instead of a ribbon. This tab primarily assists you in managing your design files. New opens a form to create a new design file. The very first thing I do is give the design a name. Notice, I'm not using spaces but underscores. It's a good practice to avoid using special characters in file names. Only use letters, numbers, and underscores. Special characters and spaces can cause issues with the cloud storage and backup files. Design settings can also store information about the design like job, order number, and design status. ProKitchen has a built-in Customer Relational Management Database, or CRM, that stores useful customer, designer, and dealer information. You can select the information from ProKitchen CRM and attach it to the design settings by clicking on the Select button at the end of each field, or you can enter it manually. This information is important if you want to integrate your data into another program like QuickBooks. When I have all my information set, I click on the Create button at the bottom of the page, which will return you to the design view. Notice my new file name at the very top of my ProKitchen screen. I'll click on the File tab again to return to the File page. Open allows you to open existing files. I'm using ProKitchen Online so I can open designs from my computer, recently opened files, or files saved to the cloud. I'll select Cloud. I can open my designs or designs shared by other designers on my account. Once the design is loaded, I can click on the File tab again to return to the Settings page. Close Design closes the current design. You will be prompted to save your changes. When the design is successfully saved, a dialog box will inform you. Click OK to dismiss it. Click on the File tab again. Notice some of the options are grayed out. When an option is grayed out, it means it's not available. In other words, it can't perform that task because something is missing. For example, I can't close or save a design if there's no design open. I'll open my design again by clicking on Open and selecting design I opened earlier. Give it a second to load, and then back to the File tab. Now my options are again displayed in white, meaning I can select any of them for this design. Share Design. ProKitchen Online allows me to share my design with other designers on my ProKitchen account. To share a design, I have to click on Share Design. In the Share dialog box, I have to check the first box in order for the other designers to open and view my design. I check the second box if I want other designers to be able to make changes to my design. Then I have to select a shared folder to save the design in. I'll click OK to change the design settings, and then click Save again to save my settings. If I don't save the design with the new settings, it's not actually shared. So I'll go back to the File tab, click on Save. A shared design must be saved to the cloud. Once the design has been shared, other designers can see it in the shared folder. Save As allows me to change the design name, the saved location, or both. But a change has to be made. If I don't make a change, I will get a warning message from the Save As dialog box in red, and it won't let me click Save until I've made a change. So I'll change the name and click Save. I'll click back on the File tab to review the other saved options, including Save As Image, which will create an image file for me to send as an email or use in my presentation material. Auto Backup will display the backups of the current design file. I don't have any backups because I renamed the file, and I have my auto backup set for every 60 minutes. A new feature is I can temporarily turn off my auto backups by unchecking this box instead of changing my settings. Print displays all the print options I have. I can send my design to my printer, review it in a print preview, print using the new 9.6 customizable templates, create or edit my stamp form, adjust my printer settings, or create an Adobe Acrobat file. Share creates a file that I can send to customers electronically who don't have ProKitchen. All 4 of these features have step-by-step videos explaining how to use them. Export converts files from ProKitchen for our Showroom, iProK3D, and Oculus programs, as well as extracts data for importing to third-party programs like QuickBooks, AutoCAD, SketchUp, and Cabinet Vision. Import brings data in from other ProKitchen installations and data from QuickBooks, AutoCAD, eTemplates, and MagicPlan to use with your ProKitchen designs. Default settings are the standard settings you selected to use every time you open a new design. Here you can adjust your auto save, auto backup, and auto log off intervals. Change your language to or from English and Spanish. To add your logo, click on Select, navigate to your logo file, select, and click Open. Change your mind after you check the interface checkbox. Click on Appearance, click on the Select button behind the Standard in Appearance or Dialog style, and check the box in front of Show this message on Start, and click OK. The dialog box will appear the next time you open up ProKitchen. In the Size Settings section is where you can adjust your ribbon size, fonts, and icon size, as well as many other appearance settings like displaying catalog tooltips. The Reset button is there to revert back to the way ProKitchen was set up when you first installed it and overwrite your changes. You can review your construction settings, moldings, and textures, but remember that design settings overwrite default settings, so if you don't want these settings to apply, make changes in your design settings. In the Customer Reports section, you can configure any of your catalogs with sales tax, tariffs, design, installation, or shipping charges, discount, and multipliers to be applied in your customer reports. Email settings allow you to configure ProKitchen to use your own mail server. Any changes made in Appearance require ProKitchen to restart. Simply click OK to do it later. Account settings. Registration displays the current login email address and your ProKitchen customer ID. License displays the current activation information and the ProKitchen license agreement. Updates allow you to configure ProKitchen standalone to check for updates, irrelevant for ProKitchen Online since it's automatically updated on our servers. Help. About displays the version of ProKitchen and the catalogs you are currently using. Index opens a window to search through Help by table of contents, topic, or keyword. Use the tabs to change the focus and close the Help screen by clicking on the X in the upper right-hand corner when you are through. Video Tutorials opens up our newly redesigned video tutorial page on our website. You can scroll through the page or search the tutorial playlist by topic or keyword. Support opens the Report a Problem form to send a request to the support team. A logon may be required. If your browser security settings are too high, the form may not auto-populate, and you may need to fill in the required fields that are marked with an asterisk. If you are not the primary user, you can add your email address if you want to receive support updates on the progress of the ticket. Short description is 2 or 3 words explaining your issue. In the box below, provide as much information about the problem as you can, what you are doing, any error message, any detail to assist the support team in resolving your issue. You may need to attach the design file before you can click Submit. These tickets go directly to second-level support's queue and are replied to in the order they are received. Home page takes you to the ProKitchen website. You will be prompted to save your design because your design will be closed. On the home page, you can review your design stored in the cloud by clicking on the Save Designs at the bottom of the screen. Click on the ProKitchen logo in the upper left-hand corner to go to the ProKitchen homepage. In User Center, you can find program downloads, catalog downloads, training information, video tutorials, and our sample design gallery, where you can view panoramic views, download design files, or Oculus Virtual 3D files. We've recently implemented live chat where you can chat directly with a member of the support team if you need immediate assistance. Close your browser window to return to ProKitchen. I'm going to open my design again by clicking on File, Open, select my design from the cloud, and click Open again to load it. Once my design is loaded, the last item on the File tab is the Back button. To return to the design view, I simply click on the Back button at the top of the navigation pane. To make more room, I'm going to close my info box and catalog tree because I don't need them right now. The next tab is Edit. Use this tab to edit the design and design settings. Copy, paste, cut, delete, undo, and redo are all common edit features. Select selects one item in your design, and the attributes are displayed in the ribbon for quick reference. If you are not familiar with attributes, attributes are changes in the basic settings of an item which can include modifications, accessories, plumbing, appliances, lighting, and hardware. To access attributes, right-click on an item, select Attributes from the menu to open the dialog window. Select the change you want to make from the navigational panel. Find what you want to edit and use the buttons to move the item to the right and enter your changes. Remember to click OK to apply the changes. For more information on attributes, check out the Attributes tutorial. Plan, right below Select, moves your entire design anywhere on the screen and keeps all the labels, measurements, and comments in place. New in ProKitchen 9.6 is the ability to undock a view to move it from the program window even over to another monitor without losing any information. Simply click on the blue title bar, hold the mouse button down to drag it where you want to place it. To dock it again, simply click on the blue title bar and drag it back into the program window. The next tab is Draw in Place. Use this tab to create and edit items in your design. Sketch draws a wall. Without a wall, your design can't render in 3D. You'll just get a plain white screen. C-Line draws a construction line. A construction line or wall is necessary in an island in order to render it in an elevation. Wall shapes are pre-built templates to quickly place a wall. Just add your measurements, select the orientation, and click OK. H-Mirror flips the design horizontally. V-Mirror flips the design vertically. I would suggest when using this feature, you hide your measurements and take off your moldings. They get lost in the process and can quickly be replaced. The Place section conveniently opens dialog boxes to place items in my design. If you're familiar with the classic interface, these were the icons along the left side of the screen. I can close my info and catalog windows and use the toolbar or the Place feature instead. The dialog box displays the catalog tree according to the icon I selected. Renders my selection in 3D just the same as the info box. I can change catalogs and select items without losing drawing space to the catalog and info boxes in my design view. SketchUp is what was called the 3D model browser in the classic view. It allows you to import 3D warehouse images into your ProKitchen design. Whether it's a chair for the room that you're designing or a walk-in tub for a bathroom, if you can find it in SketchUp, you can bring it into your design. Simply click on the SketchUp icon. Use the search to find what you're looking for. Click on the Download button. You'll have to accept the licensing agreement, then modify the attributes and click on Add to Design. Place it where you want on your design. SketchUp models will render in 3D, but they are only outlines in the design and elevation views. Go ahead and close the 3D model browser when you're done. Verify Design generates a report of any NKBA guideline violations and offers recommendations on how to correct the issues to be in compliance. Click on the Show All button to mark the issues on the design in red that need to be corrected and close the report. Click on the NKBA Guidelines icon to open up the current NKBA manual. You can use the magnifying glass to search for an issue by keyword or code. Turn off the issues on your design, simply open up the Verified Design report again and click Close. The next tab is Doors and Windows. I can use this tab to select, place, and edit windows or doors into my design. I can select a window by clicking on the Windows icon, select the appropriate window from my catalog tree, place it in my design, then click Cancel to close the dialog box. If I want to change the outside view, I can double-click to open the Full Attributes dialog, select a view, and click OK. The same for doors. I can click the door icon, select a door from my catalog tree, place it, click Cancel to close the dialog box, and then I can adjust the measurements right from the ribbon without having to right-click and bring up the Attributes dialog box again. The next tab is 3D. Use this tab to access the 3D views, to control view options, to change your default wall, floor, countertop, ceiling options, and panoramic settings. What was called isometric in Classic is now 3D no color. It renders a 3D line drawing of your design. All rendering in this tutorial has been accelerated due to time constraints. Rendering time is totally dependent on your computer's resources. To exit, I click on the door icon. The 3D ribbon has built-in views to assist in accelerating the 3D rendering. I'm going to select Color 3D this time, a top view at 30 degrees. Once the image renders, I can send the image to my printer or save it as a file to use later in my presentation. To close, I can click on the X in the corner. The last two 3D renderings I can create in ProKitchen to really impress my customers are High Def, which is photographic quality, and Panoramic, which is virtual 3D. For High Def, I render a 3D image. Once it renders, click on the HD icon. I can preview my settings and make any adjustments for the best presentation. For example, this design has dark cabinets, so I'm going to check additional light. Now click Render. Again, the rendering time has been accelerated for this tutorial. Once the rendering is complete, I can save the image to have it printed in photo quality or use it in my presentation. Just name the file and click Save. Click the X to close the window. Close the High Def dialog box, but leave the 3D open. A panoramic view is a virtual 3D rendering that gives my customer a very vivid representation of my design, and they only need internet access to view it. Create a panoramic view by clicking on the 360 icon in your 3D rendering window. Adjust the settings accordingly. For this example, I'm going to draw the camera back. Again, the rendering is accelerated for this tutorial. Typically, I can expect 15 to 20 minutes to render a high-quality panoramic view. Once my view has been rendered, I can close the browser window and return to ProKitchen. Now I have to save the panoramic view to the internet by clicking OK on this dialog box, and then clicking on the Save to Cloud button. ProKitchen will create a link to the view. Once it's done saving, I can click on the email button to send a link from inside ProKitchen, or I can right-click on the link and copy and paste it into a more personalized email message. Panoramic views stay on the cloud until you delete them. I can go ahead and close my 3D rendering. The next tab is Reports. Use this tab to set up and create different types of reports. Manufacturer is an itemized list of what you need to order from the cabinet manufacturer. Customer is the report for calculating customer costs using multipliers and discounts. Multi-quote allows you to quote the same design with up to 5 different cabinets from the same manufacturer to compare costs. Combined report is the classic way to pull in pictures, designs, and pricing into a report for your customer. 9.6 introduces dynamic showcase templates that are more customizable and offer a professional presentation. Quick Report basically combines all the design information into one report, including design views, elevations, 3D, manufacturing, and customer report. Great for archive file when you no longer need to make changes to the design. The next tab is Electronic Orders. Use this tab to export data to easy link systems used by Waypoint, Bridgewood, and Fabiwood, among others. XML for Excel formatted data. Wellborn Spruce, Cerberus, BizTrack, and QuickBooks for both design and customer information. Many of the catalogs in ProKitchen are set up for EDI ordering. 9.6 introduces enhanced measuring tools. I'll expand my tabs and click on Measurement and Comments. P2p Point-to-Point allows you to measure between 2 points. The first point is what you want to measure from. The second point is what you want to move that distance. You can change the distance by changing the measurement in the info bar. I want the island 40 inches from the countertop. Notice how the whole island moves. Point to L is point to line. Like point to point, it allows me to select a corner from where I want to measure from to any line. I can change the measurement by clicking on the measuring, changing it in the info box. I'm going to make the island 60 inches from the countertop. Scroll allows me to zoom in. Angular gives me the angle between 2 points. My cabinets are 90-degree angle from each other. Multi-dim gives me the measurements of anything my measurement line touches. I want my island centered. I can draw a multi-dim line through the island and add the two distances from the walls, 63 and 13/16 plus 66 and 15/16 together. I divide by 2 to get 60 and 3/8. Then I can use an L to L measurement from the wall to the island and change the measurement to 60.375 or 60 and 3/8. Notice both measurements now are equal as 60 and 3/8. Measurement lines are dynamic. I can change the existing L to L from the countertop to the island and move the island 50 inches from the countertop. The enhanced measurement tools allow more precise measurement for everything in my design. Use the comment section to add additional lines and shapes to your design. Nice for installer instructions. The ribbon allows you to edit comments right in the design view instead of having to edit in attributes and go back and forth to get the desired look. Views and settings. Use this tab to set up your design workspace. Select and pan are just like what we looked at the Edit tab. Zoom in, zoom out, and zoom to fit change the ratio of your design on the screen. Info turns on the info box window. Catalog turns on the catalog window. Designs displays the design stored in Pro Kitchen. All panels turns on and off the panels in the left column of your screen. Plan view opens or closes your design view. Elevation turns on or off your elevations view. BOM displays the bill of materials. Global options displays the global settings for the current design. Introduced in 9.6, you can now set up a view and keep the settings every time you open Pro Kitchen in the Layout section. Setup saves the sizes and panel configuration. This configuration will apply to all new designs. Reset brings back the original Pro Kitchen release configuration. Apply will apply one of the earlier saved configurations and make it current for all future designs. Order will tile the windows on a main screen to get them in front of you in case they got scattered across different monitors. In the Settings box, Default Settings opens up the default dialog box we looked at in the File tab. Design Settings opens up the Design Settings dialog box for settings specific to this design. Display Settings lets you change what appears on different views. And Image Collections allows you to manage and import images from outside of Pro Kitchen. See Tops and Moldings. Use this tab to open up the Countertop Designer. Add or remove countertops, backsplashes, moldings, and lightings with just one click, as well as launch the Closet Designer. The next tab is Catalogs and Solutions. Use this tab to add new solutions. Copy a catalog to add a second color by changing the global specifications of the copied catalog. Create a new or export a catalog for SketchUp, or create a new catalog for Cabinet Vision integration. Change catalogs, uninstall a catalog, or switch items from a current catalog to another formerly called Switch SKUs. To switch SKUs, I pick the source catalog my design is currently using. The destination catalog is the one I want to switch to, and click Switch Catalogs. Pro Kitchen will make a copy of my original design. For every item in the Replaced Items column that has the Select prompt, I manually add the SKU number by clicking on the Replace button, searching for a suitable replacement. Once everything is selected, I can click on OK, and Pro Kitchen will switch out the catalogs. The last tab is Search. Use this tab to search for existing designs or customers in the built-in Customer Relational Management database. The second new feature of the standard interface is the Toolbar. I can show the toolbar by checking on the Toolbar control box in the upper right-hand corner of my Pro Kitchen screen. I can also hide my ribbon by clicking on the up arrow to collapse the ribbon. The toolbar puts the most common tools all in one place, and if you rest your cursor on an icon, it will display its function. New, Save, Open, Close, Select, Undo, Redo are all tools that we looked at when we looked at the tabs in the ribbon. Zoom in, Zoom to fit, Design Settings opens the Design Settings dialog to make changes specific to this design. Sketch a wall, add a cabinet, Global Specifications. Plan View toggles on and off the design or plan view. Elevation toggles on and off the elevation view. Insert door, insert window, insert an appliance, adjust lighting, check solutions. Add all countertops, open the countertop designer, add all backsplashes, add all moldings, remove all moldings, open up the molding settings. Render in 3D, create a manufacturer's report, create a customer's report, use a print templates, open up print preview. The toolbar is completely customizable. I can add and remove icons by clicking on the down arrow at the end of my toolbar and selecting Add and Remove. In the dialog, I can select the icons I want displayed on my toolbar. I design a lot of islands, so I want to sketch construction line icon on my toolbar. The icons are pretty much grouped with what they do. So I'll use the drop-down menu to find Sketch Wall and then select the C-line icon. Click on Add to move it over to my toolbar list and then use the Up button to place it where I want it. And I'll do the same with the SketchUp icon. I'll click on Place, take the SketchUp icon and move it over to the right to add it to my toolbar, then use the Up button to move it up to where I want it to be placed. When I'm all done making my changes, I click Apply to add the icons to my toolbar. I want to save my settings so I can transfer them to another computer or restore them in case of a problem and ProKitchen has to be reinstalled. So I click on File, Export, User Data, click OK, give my settings a name, and click Save. Now, even if the program is reinstalled or someone resets the toolbar back to the defaults, I can import my custom settings by clicking on File, Import, import my ribbon settings, and click OK. Thank you for watching our tutorial. I hope you found something beneficial.